What a wild day. Back inside the studios here in Los Angeles. I'm Andrew Siciliano. Thanks for watching Week 17. We got one more of these to go. Week 18. We'll tell you about Week 18 coming up in a second. But let's give some wins and losses out here. Let's give the Cardinals a win. They're taking a knee. They're going to go to 11-5. But they're going to stay here because the Rams won. More of that coming up in a second. We're going to give the Cowboys a loss. They too are 11-5, but they've already won the NFC East, so they're going to stay here as well. Coming up tonight, huge consequential game at Lambeau Field. Kirk Cousins, COVID. That means Sean Mannion starts for the Vikings. Because the Cowboys lost, it means the Packers tonight, if they beat the Vikings, two things will happen. Number one, Green Bay is going to wrap up home field. Only one team. Remember, second year, we go to 7 in each conference getting in. Only one team gets home field, and that wild card weekend bye. Green Bay wins tonight. Green Bay can close that conversation. Also tonight, if Green Bay wins and beats the Vikings, it means the Eagles down here, right now the 7 seed, are in tonight. The 49ers, because the Saints won, cannot clinch today. So the Saints and the Niners both live to see Week 18. The 49ers are going to be here in Los Angeles. The Rams now, because the Cardinals win, need to win to wrap up the West next week. So the Rams are going to play for something. They'll play for the division title. And the 49ers are playing to try to get in the NFC. A win tonight by the Packers would also eliminate the Vikings by putting the Eagles in. AFC playoff picture, here's what happened when the Titans won, blew out the Dolphins, and then when the Bengals came back with that crazy finish to beat the Chiefs. It means these two flip. And Tennessee, because Tennessee has a head-to-head over Kansas City, beat in Week 7. The Titans now are win and wrap up home field next week, Week 18. There is a scenario in which the Bengals can get to number 1, because if they beat the Browns next week, and Cleveland is now out. Chargers won, Cleveland's out, right? The Bengals, if they beat the Browns next week, would have the best conference record here. Cincinnati would go to 9-3 on the conference record, and hypothetically, if the Titans and Chiefs lose, then Cincinnati can jump all the way up to number 1. Tennessee has that tiebreaker. Remember, also, basically it's a playoff game in Vegas. So it's the Chargers and the Raiders next week in Vegas. It's essentially a play-in game for a wild card seed. Colts are still alive. Patriots are in. And if the Bills win next week, the Bills will wrap up the AFC East and wrap up back-to-back division titles for the first time since the early 90s when Jim Kelly was quarterback. But that Chargers win did 3 things. Knocked out the Broncos, knocked out the Dolphins, knocked out the Browns. If the Browns beat the Steelers tomorrow or that game ties, that means the Steelers are also done. They are barely hanging on. Ravens still alive. They have not been eliminated and cannot be eliminated this week regardless of what happens tomorrow. All right, Week 18. There's a lot we don't know. Because there's a doubleheader on Saturday, and because we don't yet know what the Sunday night NBC game is going to be, we can tell you what all the games are, and there are 16 of them. No Thursday, no Monday, but we can't say for certainty which ones we are going to have. We will have 13 games for you. Got it? 2 on Saturday and 1 on Sunday night. So roll the 16, and then eventually, later today, check out the Twitter, Sports on DIRECTV, or my Twitter, @Andrew Siciliano, and we'll try to figure out which ones we'll show you and when. Saints, Falcons, Jets, Bills, Bengals, and the Browns. A lot of people thought that was going to be the Sunday night game. Unlikely now. Packers, Lions, Patriots, Dolphins, Bears, and the Vikings. Good chance Minnesota is eliminated by the time they get to that one. Washington was knocked out today officially. Cowboys and the Eagles, Panthers, and the Buccaneers. We also have the Colts and the Jaguars. Indy very much alive. Steelers and Ravens. Who knows? Titans and the Texans. Chiefs and the Broncos. Kansas City's got to win that. Denver was eliminated. Chargers and the Raiders. I'm going to guess that's the Sunday night game, but who knows? Niners and Rams. Seahawks and Cardinals. And with that, once again, Happy New Year. And thank you for watching the Red Zone Channel Week 17. Next week, the final week of our 17th season, it'll be episode 290 for us at DIRECTV. And we would be honored if you joined us. Until then, I'm Andrew Siciliano. For all of us here in Los Angeles, so long, everybody.
This is DIRECTV, home of the Red Zone, the Fantasy Zone, NFL Sunday Ticket, mixed channels for the biggest majors, and America's premier source for sports entertainment.